Alright guys, welcome back to Jake's Chop Shop. I know it's been a while, but we're back in full steam. Look at the weather, summer's coming up, so I thought, fuck it, it's time for a new series, let's get it. We're gonna have a look at these two cars this week. Let's go. Alright, so guys, it's been a while. The reason I haven't been active or posting is honestly because I couldn't be fucked. It's a bit draining sometimes, and you know, you always got your own shit in your head you're dealing with, so I was a bit exhausted after doing the VL and everything, and I just went, you know what? Who cares? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, I don't know, scheme you, trying to make money out of YouTube or trying to do something. I'm not. It's a bit of fun, you know what I mean? It's a bit of something I want to share with you guys, and if it's not right or I'm not feeling it or I'm putting out something that isn't what I would watch, fuck it. I'd rather not put anything out, you know what I mean? Instead of trying to put just shit out constantly, like fuck that. Anyway, we're back. The VL's done. I'm going to chuck in a little montage real quick. We'll have a look at the car and then we're going to talk about it. So this episode, we're going to basically be doing a build breakdown on the VL, a few little details about the car you might not know, and we're also going to look at my F truck because we haven't covered that yet. And this is my daily driver, so I drive this thing every day. You might see it around if you're in Adelaide. Love it to death. It's been through some shit. But yeah, it's killer. So we're going to be doing a bit of work on that as well. So chuck the montage in now and we'll have a yarn.
I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.
All right, first things first, I reckon we'll do the truck first and then we'll finish the video on the VL because I think there's some more shit that I gotta cover. We'll sit down, have a little yarn. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so I'll start with the truck. So first things first, I've owned this for about, I don't know, I want to say maybe almost 3 years, maybe. I don't know, you'd have to ask Mark from the Iron Empire about that one. Because I originally purchased this truck from Mark, obviously the Iron Empire on YouTube. Check him out if you're into that sort of stuff and not doing burnouts. It was super original condition. He'd previously lowered the truck and put a head unit in it. It's a 302 4-speed truck. It's got the truck box and no power steering or anything like that. And Mark also put the wheels on there. So they're like sort of a Globe copy. I think they're on quite a few things. Back in the day they brought them out. And I think it's sort of fitting because I like to build everything like sort of something it could have been, but better. So like the VL, I've taken all my favorite parts of all the different VL models and put them together. The truck, you know, maybe a sport model truck came out with slimline mirrors and some Globe style wheels. So it sort of fits. Anyway, so that's that. It's a 302 stocky engine. Goes all right. It was on gas when I bought it for Mark. I haven't reconnected the gas. Because what happened was I was driving the truck every day. I fell in love with it straight away. I remember when Mark first bought it and I was like, I want to have it. I want to have that. And when the opportunity came up to buy the truck, I was like, jumped on it straight away. I did whatever I had to do to get the truck. Anyway, continued driving it, all that sort of stuff. And then we went to Summernats, Summernats 34 with the truck. I towed a car over there. On the way back on the Hay Plains, ended up hitting a roo in the middle of the night. So smashed the front of the truck in. I'll put some photos in because I got a few little photos and I can show you where it was. So it was like 2 a.m. in the night, side of the road, smashed this big roo. Right, front of the truck's caved, rad support's caved, fans gone through the radiator. Fucking terrible. But what I'll do is I'll show you what I did because, you know, with these old cars, you can always fix something on the side of the road. Right, well, I find it very easier to fix something. And the people I was with, they obviously, you know, shook up and everything. And I was like, all right, we've got to fix this because I called the RAA. They said it was an accident. They weren't going to do nothing. Nobody was going to help me in the middle of nowhere. So you can imagine pitch black. It was fucking hot still. And fuck all tools. So what happened is I got the radiator. Here it is here. Right, here's the radiator. And real quick, that's the front end. So I'm sure you can get an idea of how bad the hit was. Anyway, so the fan's gone through the radiator. I've gone, fuck, what do I do? So what I ended up doing was cutting all the fins out that had been damaged, had some pliers, and folded them on each other. Like this. Boom, 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 boom. For some reason, that didn't split. But chucked whatever drinks I had in the back of the truck in the radio. I think there was some Powerade, some Coke, some water, whatever the fuck. Got back to Hay. Next morning, look around. Guess what? Not a radiator in sight that's gonna work. I'm like, fuck, you know, I just want to get home. So I ended up driving from Hay all the way back to Adelaide with the truck. Literally, the bonnet was ratchet strapped on. We could get to, I think, about 70 kilometers an hour before it started rising in heat, but I didn't stop once, didn't fill it up once, drove all the way there. I took about 12 hours and it was about 40 degrees during the day, so you can imagine what that's like. The truck with no AC or anything, and it made it, and it fucking flat out made it. So obviously when you have an experience with a car like that and it does well, you fall in love with it a little bit. So anyway, it sat for a little bit after that, took it off the road, and I was like, you know what, I wanna rebuild it. I don't want to paint it. So yeah, sat, and then the time came towards All Ford Day last year, and I went, fuck it, you know what, it's All Ford Days in a month, I want to build it. So cab off, tray off, engine out, all that sort of stuff. Chassis, got it sandblasted, painted the chassis, cleaned everything up. I got Sam, my mate Sam, to pull the heads off the engine. We sent the heads off to just cylinder heads, a little bit of a port job, a freshen up, valve stem seals, all that sort of stuff. Put that back together. Sam also slapped the timing chain in it. Put that back together, painted the bay, did the rust in the roof of the cab because it was just a little bit. And what I decided to do was clear coat the truck. So I always wanted to clear coat it because I love the patina, and this is like an ultimate patina truck. Like I couldn't buy anything that is a better looking fucking patina than that, in my opinion anyway. And the blues, killer with a patina. So painted that, just literally washed it, didn't do anything special, washed it, slapped the clear coat on it with a bit of adhesion promoter, sanded it back, another clear coat, etc, etc. Anyway, me and my mate DJ jumped on the bonnet, smashed this bonnet out, and then my mate Luke, King PSI, did some nice text. Hold fast on the front. This is where the impact was with the roof. I thought that was pretty fitting. But yeah, I love it, man. So put that all back together, got it running. Also, we got the seat redone, so have a look at this. Nothing crazy special, just a pretty simple retrim of the seat. Back to the original colour. Mark already previously put some carpet in it. But yeah, it just makes it a little bit nicer to get into. But yeah, she's pretty tidy. I haven't vacuumed it, but like I said, it literally gets driven every day. I love it. But also, have a look at this. There is almost 600,000 Ks on it. Get a load of that. Nuts. But I don't know. This has a special place in my heart. This truck. This is one of those cars you get and you're like, never to be sold. Never, 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 never. But moving forward, I'll show you the bay real quick as well. So like I said, 302, just painted it up. It's got a 650 Holly on it. It's got a bit of a Gaz tune on it, so super reliable, super nice, haven't had a problem. Did a quick paint job on the bay, made some new brake lines, all that sort of stuff. Ripper. So nothing really special, just simple. So many rattles. But moving forward, that's what I want to do. So we'll do a big episode on the truck going forward, and when the time comes or the right opportunity, I'll pull this off the road for like a week, 2 weeks, and I want to fix all the rattles. There's heaps of little rattles in the truck, little bolts, clips that are being broken or this or that. Go over the truck, fix that, fix the rear brakes. There's a bit of an issue with that. I need to put a new ignition barrel on it. The speaker wires, all shit. So you can't put the speakers up too loud or it just goes blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? No good. Fucking no good. So a few little bits and pieces I want to do to this. But yeah, I love it. As you can see, I thought I'd keep the trips. There's some of that service vehicle stickers on there. There's one on the other side. Because obviously last year we towed the VL to the nuts with it. And believe it or not, it goes alright with the new cylinder heads, the port job on it. It's actually not bad. Like, if you're going up a hill, it probably goes down to about 70 Ks an hour when you're towing. So that's not bad considering how big it is. It's not a 351 or anything, and we usually have the tyre rack on there, the back loaded up, jacks, tools, towing this piece of shit. Yeah, so it's actually not bad, but it does drink fuel. I personally don't care. I feel like everybody's talking about inflation, fuel prices. Work harder, pay for it. I feel like if I don't drive some that I like as a daily, it's a cop-out in my opinion for me. You know what I mean? If I'm building people's cars and I'm saying I like cars and I'm involved in cars, I want to be driving something that I enjoy every day. So I'm willing to pay for that fuel price. Yeah, super cool. Love this thing. Love this thing. Here we are, hey? Here we are. Time to talk about the VL. So, it's all done. Last you've seen it, we dropped it off at Trims by Beck in Canberra. Since then, got the car back. Beck and Cody finished all the trim work. Came out fantastic. I'm super wrapped with it. We'll have a look at that in a minute. It's so good to have something on the road. It's been so long since I've had a nice like streeter, I guess you could say, driving around, all that sort of stuff, and it feels good, you know what I mean? It feels good. All that hard work and everything is totally worth it when you finally get in the car, you get to drive it, you get the beat on it, you know what I mean? And it doesn't break, and you put the right things in it, you get the right people working with you, and it turns out fucking awesome. Obviously, since I got it back, there's been a few activities in the car, you know what I mean? I'll put a few little clips now. So obviously already driving it super hard. I know some people are like, oh, it's gonna be a show car, he's not gonna drive it. Get fucked. I'm gonna drive it, I'm gonna beat on it, I'm gonna cave the quarters, you wait. If I put all the money into a car, 110% I'm gonna thrash it. You know what I mean? There is not a chance that it's gonna be babied around and, you know, nah. Anyway, that has caused some damage though, I'm not gonna lie. I'll show you some issues we've had with the car and whatever, but I don't even know where to start with this build breakdown. So I'm gonna put in some photos as I talk about it, and hopefully gives you an idea of how it started and the progression. So I originally brought this, what is it, about a year ago? Maybe a year and a half ago, close to 2 years. I don't know, fuck knows. It was a red, that reddy metallic brownie color shell. We bought it from somewhere local. It was just an executive non-turbo auto car. Picked it up for $3,000 or 3.5, I'm not sure. I'll put some photos in. I initially got it, cut the spring straight away, jaked it, turbo hubbies, was missing some bar ends and all that sort of stuff, so put those on, fucking painted the bars MX grey because it was all color coded, and literally lapped it, man. I remember we were just fucking around with it. Me and Sam were driving it a fair bit, cruising around, and it was terrible, you know, you break your back in it because it's just on bump stops, but it was super cool. And then we got this idea. Summer was like maybe 3 months away at the time. And I went, all right, let's build it. Let's LS swap it, Borgie, bill axles, you know what I mean? Something real simple. And then, I don't know, I started getting parts together and I was like, shit, may as well tub it, may as well 9-inch it. May as well do a fucking custom boot floor. And then, yeah, it sort of progressed. So it started out with the rear end, I reckon. I smoothed the bay first, pretty typical. Obviously, wheelwood boosted delete master cylinder in it, all that sort of stuff. I wanted a stupid simple bay, just something nice. That's pretty standard. Everything in the engine bay is pretty standard. We'll have a look at it real quick. So here we are. So yeah, in the bay, obviously smooth the front skirts out. Wheelwood booster delete master. It's got the proportioning valve there. Aeroflow accelerator cable. It's got the Astra power steering down here. Boom, under the guard. It's got the overflow down here. Standard radiator that we put a 3-core core in it. Goff's Radiators did that one for us. Also put the this is the steam port bung in here, and where is it? Here it is. Temp sensor for the thermo fans is in here, right? And also that switch pulls timing out of the car through the MSD when it hits to a certain point. What else we got? All the coils are mounted at the back through there. The reason we decided to do that, I was going to put the coils under the dash. Originally, that was my plan. And then Gary's like to me, no, that won't work. Well, it'll work for about 12 months and then you'll start having issues. It's to do with something about the cable going through the metal. It creates a bit of a fucking resistance or something. And yeah, so we decided that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, so we'll put it there, we'll hide it. It sort of looks like a Dizzy, sort of, if you squint. And yeah, that's just for longevity, you know what I mean? Everything on this engine bay, I've been working with Gary and other people I know, and they suggested things, we'll do this, no, that won't work because of this or this or this, and that's how we've come up with this combo. So obviously coils are there. It'll keep the longevity of the coils longer because it's not going through any metal. Even if there's a grommet, it can create a bit of something. I don't even know what the fuck the word is, but it's a thing, right? All that sort of stuff. It's a standard LS1. It's got timing chain, trunnion upgrade, push rods, springs. It's got a VCM 710 cam in it. Apart from that, all original bottom end. Standard heads, nothing special there. It's got the Aeroflow billet rocker covers on it that I've painted up. It's got the Victor Jr. Edelbrock manifold, Aeroflow steam port kit. It's got the electric water pump there. It's got some sort of pulley on the engine. Fuck knows what it's called. It's got the APD 950 E85 carby on it. All right, red hot, lovely unit. FG thermo fan on the front, 2 oil catch cans. It's got the pacemaker extractors on there. Nice little Aeroflow oil dipstick, and another one at the back there for the trans, mounted to the proportioning valve. We've got the low fabrication strut tops on there. What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, apart from that, that's it. Nothing too special. Obviously, all the lines here, dash 10 Teflon. The fuel line comes down here with the other catch can line, goes through a bulkhead. Boom, comes out under the front wheel well, runs down the side. The trans cooler is mounted there at the front of the radiator off to the side. The trans lines run under the side, and then the rail has been drilled out, sleeved. They go through a tube right to the side of the trans just to keep it out of the way. Also, the reason we've done the fuel line at the front is so that it's not going down the back of the firewall where all the heat is from the engine. We're trying to keep that fuel cool, you know what I mean? It's obviously got the Aeroflow air cleaner on it. Ripper, nice unit. Apart from that, I think that's the bay pretty much wrapped up. Got the nice Aeroflow fasteners on it. You can buy these from Outlaws. The strut upgrade on it, so it holds it there. You don't have that stupid fucking stick. And yeah, that's the bay, you know what I mean? Pretty simple. I'll show you where the loom comes through. So all the loom and everything, Gary's punched the grommet through there. And then we got all the oil pressure sensor adapters, so all the gauges work and all that sort of stuff with the standard dash. You can see the only problems I found with clearance was the Turbo 350, because it's got an aftermarket housing on it there. So that's pretty bulky in the firewall, so a fair bit had to be cut there. But apart from that, the fuse box has been relocated under the dash. Well, not really relocated, fully recreated, because Gary's made his own fuse box. It's super nice bit of work, super nice bit of kit. Fantastic, all extra relays for everything, so it all operates how we want. Real quick, I'll touch on as well, the transmission is a Turbo 350. It's got the aftermarket housing on it there. I dropped it off the Keys Automatics in Windsor Gardens. Paul there, fantastic bloke. If you guys need any advice or any work done, I highly recommend him, like highly recommend him. He took my trans. It was already sort of a built transmission, brand new one, originally from the States. He pulled it apart. He said, you know what, even though it says on paper it's rated to 700 horsepower, that's what it was apparently rated to, whatever. He's like, it probably isn't. And with your application, what are you going to do with the car? And I said, look, we're going to skid it, drive it, thrash it, beat on it. He's like, all right, no worries, we'll work with you. He also organised the stall converter. Now, I always get these two confused. It's either TCE or TCI. I feel like it's TCE, one of them. They made me a custom stall. They obviously worked with Paul to get the spacing right. He asked me for the cam size. We worked out the cam, the working range of it. We worked out the diff gears and all that sort of stuff. And they gave me a custom 3.9 stall. Just a normal forward pattern shift. It's got engine braking in first, just no engine braking in second and third. It works fantastic. You know, I've beaten on this relentlessly, you know what I mean, probably not treated it how it should be, and it's fine. The only other thing we did to the trans is put a big pan on it, big oil pan on the trans, like one of those fucking huge ones. So that's all there. It's got a JG drive shaft that I've cut and sharp. Me mate, Mr. Charlie Dixon, thank you Charlie, love you long time. He donated that to me because at the time we wouldn't have been able to get one built in time, so fantastic, thank you Charlie. Now the rear end. Now the rear end in the car, I'm not going to put on the hoist because I couldn't be fucked. I'll just explain it to you. So I started with the wheels. I like the Outlaw Intensities from the Wheel and Tyre Kingdom. Picked those up. I feel like they're a fantastic wheel for an affordable price, opposed to going with something like a Welds or something like that. You know, you're going to be spending at least double the money on Welds. So I picked these up. They're off the shelf. It's got the 4.5 17 fronts and the 10-inch wide, 15-inch. I think 4.5-inch backspace. So it's the largest one you can get off the shelf, you know what I mean? Anyway, so they sold me the wheels and also picked up a 9-inch diff housing from Wheel and Tyre Kingdom. Not a fabricated pumpkin, just sort of a generic one. That's all done. I went and bought the 4-link kit and the bracketry from Hatsy Engineering. I think they're closed down now, but fantastic, fantastic kit. Welded all the brackets on myself, got the angles where I wanted it. I made custom brackets, upper control arm brackets on the body. And yeah, it's got 35 spline Moser axles. The boys at Fat Guts Racing supplied those ones, and they also welded the diff housing together, put the ends on and all that sort of stuff for me, and also took it back to them afterwards for them to straighten the housing out after all the welding and all that sort of stuff. You got to be careful if you're doing it at home. After you weld all your bracketry on and all that sort of stuff, sometimes the housing's got a bit fucking wavy. So they straightened that one out for me. What else we got? All right, so also the center. It's a strange center housing. True track, big bearings, big yoke, billet support, all that sort of stuff. Paul from Outlaws sorted me out all the bits and pieces I needed. Put it together. It's running 411 gears, like I said, true track, all that sort of stuff. Paul put the center together. Fantastic unit. Everybody said that I'd have a problem with the true track, and I haven't. Apparently, after you pop a lot of tires, I think it's when you're skidding around, one tire's popped, the other one's not. The true tracks sometimes don't like it, but touch wood. This one here, I haven't had a problem with. It's still working fine. So that was that. Had an adjustable panhard rod I brought and just cut and shut it. Fuck me, so much talking, Jesus Christ. But anyway, in terms of the rails in this car, so before doing this one, I've seen a lot of people just half their rails in VLs. You know, you can slice them up the middle, plate them. You know, you can run a 325 or 275 quite comfortably, but I didn't like that idea with this car. So what I did is I replicated the factory rails and made my own from scratch at a plate and welded them together. So they're all from basically where the torque box are all the way to the back of the car, all brand new rails. They've been lifted up about 100 mil. So we have that diff clearance all the way up. They've also been narrowed, so there isn't any compromised strength. And they've also been made out of, I believe it was 5 mil plate, the whole thing. So, and then I've also braced them. I'll chuck a photo in so you can see. There might be easier ways to do that, or maybe I should have just got some mandrel bent RHS, but guess what? I didn't. That was what I was working with, got it done, and it works killer. So that's all been strengthened. I'm super happy with how that is. So custom rails, custom rear end, all fantastic, works nice. The brakes in the rear are just VL disc brake rear. The front's just like a VTSS brake setup, nothing crazy there. Yeah. So here we are in the boot, and look at this. What the fuck is this? So I've been driving the car, doing some burnouts, popping some tires, and turns out smashed the floor again. So no good there. Smashed on this side too. So I'm gonna have to do some revisions to the rear end, maybe put some plating to stop the slap coming up and smashing the floor. But anyway, that's something to do in the future. In the back here, what I've done is obviously tubs from Mr. Mudguard. That's where you get them from, the nice radius tubs, super thick. Custom sheet metal floor, made myself. Either side here and here, there's two 6-volt Optima batteries that are series together. All custom panels are made to hide everything. We got the Raceworks fuel cell in the back here, the twin pump hanger, got the dash 10 lines out of this into a bulkhead. I think that's one of my favorite parts here, where it's just boom into the bulkhead. They run under the car all the way up to the front. The fuel pressure reg's under the car. And yeah, we got some nice little exhaust hangers, the rubbers mounting the cell to the ground. Yeah, fantastic. But moving forward, we will be repainting the rear floor. So we'll do a bit of a number on that and a few touch-ups. Whew. You guys sick of hearing me yet? Because I'm fucking sick of hearing myself. The exhaust system on the car. So from the pacemaker headers, it goes to a 3-inch system. We took 2 Hooker aero chamber mufflers, dumped with the diff. I feel like the Hooker aero chamber mufflers are the muffler of choice at the moment. If you're gonna build some with an LS, I do highly recommend using the Hooker aero chambers. They have a real good note to them. They sort of make it sound almost not like a fucking LS, not like every other LS ever. So fantastic, super happy with those. I will have to do some exhaust work future coming in, because I have smashed the fuck out of that system, going over bumps and all that sort of stuff. But for now, it's good enough. It's good enough to drive, and For me, the car still isn't finished. There's still a lot of touch-ups and all that sort of stuff we've got to do, but it is plenty good enough to go out, take it out on a cruise, you know, jump in the car. And that's all I care about, you know what I mean? It's good to, I can look at it, it's respectable, it's how I want it. For now, plenty good enough. And then over the time, we'll do a few little touch-ups here and there, and we'll make it better and better and better. But now we'll talk about the interior and some wiring stuff. So, just open it up. I'll give you guys a little bit of a look around the car. Sometimes the montage clips don't quite show it, but this trim's real, it's illusion, you know what I mean? With this material, this, like, you know, if you go the other way with the material, it looks like there's a stain, but it's not. It's just people been sitting in the car. See, like, they look like fingerprints or marks, but if you just push it all that way. Anyway, we'll get into this. So, I'm super wrapped. This is exactly what I want. Like I said before, so this car is sort of a mix of all the bits of VL Commodores that I like. So, MX Grey bars. Well, this is not MX Grey. It's actually a colour called Stratus Grey. It's a BMW colour. So is the whole car of the colour of the car. It's not Mulberry. It's Velvet Orchard, another BMW colour, or Rolls Royce as well. I forgot the colour code, but it's like LP something. Someone in the comments will surely be able to tell you what it is. But the bars as well, so they're not MX Grey, it's Stratus Grey, and it sort of has again, pearl in it, so it has a blue or gold flip to it, depending on how you look at it, but at a glance, it still looks like MX Grey. So I sort of wanted the colour to look like medium mulberry, but not medium mulberry, if that makes sense. And I wanted the bars to look like MX Grey, but not be MX Grey, if that makes sense. So also the engine's painted in the same grey as the bars, and the fuel cell as well. Also, I've painted all the surrounds of the lights the same grey, so there wasn't any colour difference. So that's all colour coded. And again, I try and tie in everything. When I design a car for me, I like to tie everything in. So you look at the whole colour scheme of it. You got the black wheels. You got the bit of billet shiny shit in here. We got the grey. We got the black. We got a little bit of shiny shit around the place. You know what I mean? So I don't like doing more than that. So when I do colours, if you put more than like 3 or 4 colours on a car, in my opinion, it looks tacky. So I try and tie everything in. You got the black wheels. You got the black door frames. You know what I mean? You got the chrome here on the wheels, sort of all matches nicely. I like that personally. So with the trim, it's a Group A style trim. Again, my favourite style VL interior is the Group A style, so that's what I wanted to go with. It's sort of got Berliner features, this car, so the door frames would be Berliner black. It's got the Berliner tail lights. I think they look a lot better than the exec. All that sort of stuff. So we've converted it to Berliner armrests in the car, both sides. It's got the original Group A insert material, all original stuff, original insert. I also asked if we could trim the center console lid and the glove box lid in the same material, so they've gone and done that. Fantastic. The roof lining's done in the same material as the seats, super tight. I don't know if you can see, but fantastic. Also, I'll show you guys, anybody that has the VLs will have this issue. So the rear quarter window surrounds, these are the new Rare Spares ones, and they fit fantastic. So for the money, definitely worth buying. So, and what actually Cody did was design me this custom parcel shelf. So again, same material as we use with the seats, the Group A insert, and actually underneath the insert there's a speaker, so it's hidden. And then a bit of the vinyl in the middle, same as the back of the seats. I don't know if you can see, it's hard to get in here with this angle, but beautiful. We've got the headrests in the back. They lift up, come out. We got the pockets on the back of the seats, all fantastic. Fitted the carpet correctly over the big tunnel that I built. The seat sits in there nicely. You can only just feel the tubs in the back, but you definitely can't tell. At a glance, you can't tell that there's any tubs. But if you look, what's actually happened is the seat's on more of an angle now. You know what I mean? It's more reclined to cover that tub. But yeah, fantastic. Again, it looks like there's some shit. Oh, people doing skids. Yeah, fucked. Again, look at this. It looks like there's some... Fucking, this is going to be the death of me, this trim. But yeah, all the door cards, again, same carpet as the floor, all that sort of stuff. There's some nice metal scuff plates in the car. I do like them. These are also the shield, not shields, from Rare Spares. Auto Technica ones, in case you're wondering. So I think those ones are around about 400 bucks each. So much cheaper than the originals, much cheaper. So all those retrim with the original material. Very nice. And here's a nice original wheel. Just original condition, not retrimmed. Super happy with that. We've put the B&M shifter in there. Now the reason I took the old one out was by the time you go all the way forward, you're pretty much touching the front, and when you cut out the surround for the other pro shift or whatever the fuck it's called, ratchet, you end up cutting both sides, and it doesn't quite look like it should be there. So I opted for the B&M one. It does feel nice. I've got this obsession with the clicks, you know what I mean? Like, look at this. Look at this. Is that not just satisfying? Like, to me, just that fucking clicking, that's fucking good. You know what I mean? That's nice. Anyway, so also the boys at Can Fit Collective, so I'll put a link, have made the custom panel here for the double din head unit. So that is super nice. I'm super wrapped with that. I've seen a few cars with this. Like, obviously, when I build something, I'll gather heaps of photos of heaps of different cars and things I like, and create an image in my head of what I want. And I seen this, it wasn't this particular surround, but I seen one of these with a double din in it, and I was like, killer, I want that, because it definitely, to me, it feels like it brings the car right into the now. You know what I mean? So if we look at that in the center, it's just what you want. You know what I mean? You got your doubled in head unit. We're not running a heater, we're not running an aircon or anything in the car, so we don't need that sort of stuff. And the ashtray that was there, ash out the window. You know what I mean? Pretty simple. Fantastic. I'll show you how that works. It's got I think it's a Pioneer head unit in it. Now, also, these boys, I think, are selling these shortly. So, like I said, I'm going to put the link in the description for their Instagram page. Get onto them. If you want one of these for your car, you can have one too. So, way better than having some dingy old fucking head unit in the car. So, definitely worth it. So, we'll turn it on, we'll have a look. Boom, just like that. Apple CarPlay. Everything you need. My Bluetooth isn't connected, so it shouldn't, but boom, just like that. What do you got? you got your shit, you know what I mean? And that does fit quite nice, that panel. Would recommend it. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, again, trims by Beck, fantastic. Super happy with the job. And that's that, really. We've talked about everything on the car. Obviously the paint panel, that sort of stuff I did myself. Big effort. This car was definitely not as good as I thought. As you can see by some of the earlier videos, so much rust in it, it's not even funny. But here we are now, all done. So, fantastic, I'm super happy. So, we might get a video of it cruising later or not, or maybe we'll see it in a later episode. Also, what we're doing with the car at the moment is me and Gary and Justin, we're tuning it a little bit, we're putting a bit more timing into it, taking some fuel out the car, trying to get it better for like street manners and all that sort of stuff, because when we took it to Nats, we weren't running very much timing, we were running a lot of fuel. We had a low rev limiter in it, and that was there to, one, we ran at a time, and two, it was there to make it survive. You know, after all the thrashing and limiter this thing copped, still drove on the trailer. You know what I mean? We still brought it back here and could drive it. So fantastic, and that's hats off to Gary and his work and all that sort of stuff that's gone into the car. Runs and drives still fantastic. I'll show you the fuse box real quick and where it sits and all that. You might not be able to see it really well, but have a look. So that all sits up here. Got all the fuse box there. We got the big fuses here. Nice bracket under the dash. And the MSD box is under here. So I'll put this back on. And under here is the isolator for the Astra power steering. So if something happens with the power steering or a line, I can click this button and turns it off. But yeah, fantastic. Look at it all. Work of art. Not that you see it, not that you want to see it, but it's very nice and peace of mind that everything always works on the car, and that's a massive relief that I'm never going to have an electrical issue. Or you got to think about it like this, if one of the components is faulty or shit around the engine, or the wiring shit to something, it can cause a lot of little issues that could potentially hurt the engine. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure all the wiring's good, all that stuff's good, and it's trying to make all the parts we put on the car last long and have that longevity. So super happy with that. Fantastic job. Hats off to everybody that's been involved in this car. I couldn't thank you enough. But there'll be some more clips of this car coming up and some more videos and all kinds of things. Like, I definitely want to do a burnout competition with the car. Also, I want to take it to Drift Prac. I know Gary wants to go to Drift Prac as well in his VK. So I think, fuck, we'll take it out there. We'll put it on someone's door. But yeah. I'll just take you for a little walk around of the car so you can see what it looks like. We might even start it up. Fucking love listening to this thing, eh? Fucking ripper. quickly going to take a look at another up and coming project that I'm thinking for summer. So here behind me, we've got my VE Valiant Safari Wagon, right? I've had this car the longest out of everything that's here. I love this thing. I used to cruise around every day. So I used to daily drive this from when I was about 17 to when I was, I reckon 21. I was daily driving this until the engine went. And then I said, you know what, that's enough. And then it's been sitting in the back of the shed here for a while. Some of you guys may have seen it. So what I'm thinking, I've already started planning a few things, bits and pieces, got a few little parts. So I reckon F-Truck round 2. So I love my patina cars. This has got an absolutely stunner patina on it. Super solid car, like no rust. Well, I had a little bit when I first got it, and then I actually did my first ever rust repairs on this car in the back of Mum's shed. So did the floor pans, sill panels, in the plenum. But yeah, super solid, obviously lowered. I just got some new tyres for it the other day. Mark chucked some white walls on it. I reckon we're gonna lower it even more. Pull it apart, clear coat it. I'm gonna do an engine bay. Now I've shut the bonnet, the latch is sort of broken, so I'm not gonna try and open that at the moment because that's a big job in itself. Fix that obviously, but it's got a 225 slant 6 in it, automatic car. We're gonna do a rebuild on the slant 6. I got a head and cam package for it in the boot. Chuck that in there. I wanna do in the engine bay, I wanna do a step up from the F-Truck. So I wanna go smooth bay, but original master cylinder, original engine, dress the engine up and paint it like it's original with the sticker kits, hide the loom, hide the brake lines, have all the original decals and all that sort of stuff there, but just stupid simple. So you open the bonnet, it looks original at a glance, but it's also modified. Redo the trim. The trim's looking super daggy. This is how I got it. I used to just put some sheets over the seats. So, super daggy. Nothing crazy, but cool car. I love this thing. So I'll chuck some photos up of it that I have. It's got the wind down rear window. Check out that. I don't know how you'd ever recreate that. It's just fucking ripper. Look at this thing, man. Look at this roof on this. Fucking love it. So this is something I want to do. Make it look super cool. It's worth it, you know what I mean? Not to have as a powerhouse or anything, but just to have a car that you can just jump in with all your mates and just cruise up the bay, you know what I mean? Couple of beers, whatever, ripper. I'm super excited to do that. Just a bit of a fun task, but obviously clear coat it, make it shiny. It's already a pretty straight car. And yeah, so we'll get onto that soon when I find some time. In the meantime, what else has been going on? The Valiant is going into paint at the moment. So painting some panels, this, that. I said I was gonna cover it. I haven't. Too bad. That's the color, looks super nice. But what I'm going to talk about is this, my Monaro. So I've decided to keep it. I was gonna sell it there for a second, but I decided, fuck it, I'll just work harder, keep the car. I'm gonna cut it up. So very shortly, we'll be sending it off to get blasted, get it back, start again. Full tubs, forward link, do it from scratch. I'll take you through the car with me as I do it. It's gonna be a very similar series to the VL, but just more, bigger, better. Obviously, HG GTS Monaro, factory V8 car, 4-speed car, rusty as fuck. We're gonna do something cool. And because it's so rusty, I've decided, you know what? Let's cut it up. Because obviously all the boot and everything. Super how you going, the rails are gone, all that sort of stuff. But we're gonna do something cool with it. So I've got the front end, Lukey's doing that at the moment for me. I've got a diff, got some wheels. We'll put some 1512s on the back of it. I think, I'm pretty sure we're going to do a blown 6 litre LS combo in it. I really want a supercharged car, so put a blower on it. It's obviously still going to be a street car, but I want to blow out the bonnet. I just want to see the injector hat. I want to hear it whine, make it look original inside, and I think I'm going to build it as a fast car. So it's got to be able to do skids, drive to the track, and I want to run a competitive time with that car as well. So I haven't ever been into drag racing, so you guys will come with me through that. But we're going to build that car to definitely race it, definitely skid it. So I feel like if that doesn't run, I don't know, tell me I'm stupid, but I want to run like an 8-second flat pass in that car. Drive to the track. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments if you think I'm crazy. Blown car. What do you reckon? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out how deep my pockets are. That's what will happen. But anyway, that's happening. A few jobs are on the cards. I think that's it for this week's episode of Jake's Chop Shop. I'll try and have something out for you guys next weekend. So stay tuned. Thank you for your support and everything, all the messages. I appreciate it. Thank you.